Matt?
Yes?
You can toss to Travis now.
All right, Travis, you have something to talk about?
I don't have anything.
Tonight, I fell asleep last night. I didn't watch Critic Roll. I was exhausted. I had a long day. So, I watched it. Right now, I just woke up, making myself a cup of coffee to wake me up. I'm going to watch Critical Role. Yay! Go for it.
Talk about it.
Okay, then.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, you guys. The first 3 episodes of The Legend of Box Machina Season 3 are available tonight on Prime Video. Tomorrow, we're celebrating with a live cocktail party alongside special guests, plus 2 roundtables on October 13th. No, October 15th and 29th, where we can discuss all the intricate behind-the-scenes details with all of you and us. Anyway, it's going to be a great month of Legend of Vox Machina, and we are thrilled to finally share it with you. I know you've waited a long time, so have we.
I loved it.
Yeah. All right, Laura, you're up next.
It's Fox.
Matron, oh yes, you can't really read it. Matron of Ravens, Dice.
Oh shit, the dice are done?
Yeah, it's another Everything Dice collab. The packaging is by Ash J.
Yeah, show the dice.
So you know that this mindset doesn't really help anybody.
You guys! I haven't shown you yet.
The greater
this dice
political
tell me my fate.
You guys.
It's a 13.
You're big.
Oh my god.
All the dice have a little raven matron mask in them. With gold threads. Look, they're so beautiful. Oh right, I should read what it says. Inclusion of gold threads and black feathers and a porcelain mask of the matron herself. I already knew what it said. This gorgeous dice set and even more rad new merch are available now. Why don't you go check them out at our Critical Role shop?
Yeah.
Actually,
There's only 20 of them. So
I got a 12.
and they're giving a very unique perspective from
I do.
that are subtext.
Go back over there. I believe that concludes our announcement.
they do.
And they're sharp. This is deadly sharp. I mean, a good D4 is meant to
Guys,
kill.
they are faced. And they are sold
That concludes our
to the
announcements.
evil.
So, let's go ahead and jump into tonight's episode of
Something pretty evil. Basically, Critical Role is this. You get that?
One by one we climb until we reach the top. 2 by 2 we fall. Will we meet our end or meet our destiny? Hold your breath and roll. It's Thursday night. All ye critters, come join us. It's time to continue our ride. There is magic and mystery. Who knows what will happen? He might. But one thing's for sure, we never give up on the fight.
So the first thing I do is like get my cats food. First step, take a breath.
We all share the same
30 minutes.
adding more allies, taking more chances.
The eyes of these characters, the characters are interesting. They're very bright, they're very big. They're kind of like the cartoons. I was very different.
There is magic and mystery from darkness.
I'd like to see
But one thing's for sure, we never give up on the fight. Oh, get ready. It's Thursday night.
I'm going to do a little bit of this reaction video. Then I have to work. So, well, maybe not. I don't know. Let's see. I have 30 pages that I got to write.
And welcome back. So last we left off, Bell's Hells, after heading back to the Fey Realm to thwart a meeting between Ludinus Deleth, Visarlord Zathuda, and the Unseelie Court, which had been strangely absent in the goings-on of the Ruby Vanguard. You managed to, one by one, take out their guard, assault the entire Unseelie crew, weapons ready, and brought down the entire abandoned temple of the Archheart. After which, you are beckoned to a meeting with the Archer, brought into their realm where they expressed an interest in your path and a unique perspective on the current events happening in Exandria. After sharing this with you, they also implored you to speak to what you seem to imagine is the Matron of Ravens, of a similar sort of swapping of thoughts. After which, you took your captives, or tried to, as they rapidly attempted to escape, dragged them back, mostly alive, other than Sarlord, who was slain in his attempt to get out of your grasp, and rode back with the aid of Glomglut, which was mourning the loss of its master, Nanamori in her transformed state, and your summoned mount. There, the Sarlord Zafuda, your bloodfather, with your permission, his corpse was taken to the loom underneath Ligament Manor, where it was turned into furniture. Furniture that keeps his essence within it, which allowed you to have an extended conversation with his stretched, fleshy face against a hexagonal frame. Gaining maybe some dark closure, or at the very least gathering some more information about some of the behind-the-scenes, the Vanguard, and a bit of a hint to move quicker than perhaps the weak window has been allotted. You all went to rest for the evening, where Fern and Ashton clambered to the rooftop garden of the manor, released Glomglut from his bindings, and convinced the dragon to allow you to curl up with it for the evening. As the three of you fell asleep.
It's a big boy.
The night of rest after a very, very long and arduous day. With that, the morning eventually greets all of you. Day of rest, the absence of Fern and Ashton within the guest chambers marks your attention, but expecting an evening with the dragon was discussed, where Fern, you and Ashton both awaken to the sound of the deep, breathy slumber of Glomglut, the chest expanding beneath you like a massive scaled Totoro, just like...
Is that a snore?
I think he's just really comfortable. This is like the best sleep I've had in I don't know how long.
This is so comfortable. I mean, we could just stay here for...
Wouldn't that be nice? I think we have to let him go.
Oh, I know.
Right?
I think it's not up to us.
I do too. I like that he has a choice.
Maybe we all have a choice.
You're here.
If we live through this, I would want to come back with yours and Maury's permission. I like it here. It's quiet.
You do? I like it here too. You can come back anytime. I hope we make it back.
Yeah, me too. That's weird. I don't really... I mean, not to be dark, I didn't actually think I'd live this long.
Really?
Oh, yeah. People who come from Greymore, they don't... that's not a... It's not a beginning that promises a very good ending. And, had a good time. And definitely have, seen a lot more than I expected. And honestly, I met better people than I thought I would.
And now you're gonna save the world.
Barely deserves it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We're all... I'll save you. I'll save you all.
I agree with that.
And him.
You can feel Glumglum beginning to stir the dual jaws, kind of like...
Stretch it out.
Like, rubs up against you for a second before it kind of begins to stand up and just plops you both onto the ground, kind of uncaring or unaware. Stands up.
Oh, good morning.
Just this big, long stretch.
Stretchy.
His wings kind of shaking it out.
Are you hungry?
So you're kind of sniffing in the air.
Do you want to leave? You don't have to stay. But how do we see you again? Or if we can, you don't have to. It just
kind of leans in and kind of nudges you a little bit.
Oh.
And steps back. And then puts its arms out and kind of its throat kind of billows up for a moment before it and does like this loud kind of echoing barking call into the air and rubs against you again. He's instructing you how to possibly get his attention in the future.
That's how we do it.
You caught.
Did I do it? I'll work on it. It might be a different register, but. Well, hold on. I'm gonna take off the little bottom frill of my dress, and I'm just gonna put it around his wrist like a friendship bracelet. Just tie it a little bit. Just so I can keep track of you don't have to keep it on, but just so I know. Yeah, it might be a little tasty. Do you hate it? Okay. If it falls off, it was supposed to fall off.
Like backs and gets low again once more and kind of rubs against you. His tail kind of like whacks you in the shoulder. It seems to be sitting there kind of waiting for something.
His pussy got so well.
Where's your family? Do you have family?
I think you're... Well...
So it kind of looks off a bit. And it's like one morning begins to drift into a dark memory.
Get out of here! I don't want you anymore!
No, I can't do that.
We're not Hendersoning this dragon. No, there will be no Hendersoning.
Yeah, we're gonna mac and meet this dragon.
Yeah.
What do you want? Do you not know where you are? Are you hungry? Yeah, you're hungry.
Its wings kind of billow out for a minute, sniffing in the air and kind of looking past. Kind of still looks back at you like it needs permission. You get the sense from this communication that it's...
Go.
It's not used to having... You tell it go?
Yeah, you can go. You don't have to stay.
That's your best dragon.
You can do whatever you want.
We'll see you later. Yeah.
Go, spread your legs. Get out there. Just go, show the world who you are.
Wind blasts past, your hair being thrown back as all the leaves and dust and like loose pebbles all across the entire like cobblestone flooring between the garden itself begin to push back as the massive size of Glumglum begins to lift higher and higher, like it's picked up the scent of something, and rapidly takes off like a sky serpent, just whining off in the distance. That little bit of the colored tones of dawn and dusk that perpetually permeates elements of the Fey realm, kind of hitting its multicolored scales and giving this almost kind of rainbow shimmer As he winds off further and further into the distance, you hear this echoing shriek, this that just kind of carries off, and as it does, birds and all manner of other flying creatures just scatter off from the rest of the canopies of the distant forest that surrounds the Hierophant. And then it's just the two of you.
Wow, that was cool. I wonder if he's gonna come back.
For you, he's gonna come back.
Okay. I miss him already.
Yeah, me too.
Should we let everybody else say goodbye?
No.
Okay.
They'll be fine. Actually, if anything, they might be a little mad that we let him go. Now they can fuck off.
I know he would have helped us in a big way, but it just feels weird.
Maybe still will.
My cats.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I would rather have help from somebody who really wanted to be there anyway.
Me too. I'll just bark at him if we need him back.
Yeah, you should probably work on that.
I should.
That was
Oh, that was it. Ow! That was amazing. No, I don't know. I gotta work on it. I'll work on it. I'm just workshopping it right now.
fucking weird.
Eventually, you all gather once more within the dark and low-lit, warm interior bellows of the Ligament Manor itself. Breakfast meal's been prepared by the Callaways. Nanamori sits not far from her beautiful kind of music-producing orb that sits in the center of the main living space. It's kind of giving off a jovial, almost a big band era sort of swing beat to it as she kind of sits and taps one of her massive trunk-like legs to it. She has what looks almost like a dark vine-woven bowl that contains all manner of like skittering creatures that she kind of cups in with her hand while she listens to the music and then scoops a handful before crunching into them with both mouths. But as you all begin to gather around after finishing your meal,
was that Hitler?
Rapidly closes it up with a cloth and ties it at the edge and sets it down.
He's like made himself very comfortable up here on the top floor.
Of course, always.
I take it your momentum carries you and your companions elsewhere.
Top floor cats.
I'm gonna sort of limp in late to breakfast. Sort of a little bow-legged.
Somebody sleeps in for such a beastly spirit.
Morning, man.
Morning, everyone. Dynamics.
For the first time, you see the second mouth smile.
Curious thing.
Is he wearing lipstick?
Put back up.
No. Not anymore.
You look like a rested road.
Yeah, it was a wonderful evening. Very hospitable.
It was very loud.
Yeah, the name provides.
Very loud. Hear you neighing all through the night.
Yeah. Which, to me, it feels almost like that's intentional, because this place is fully magic. Those rooms could be soundproof if you want them to.
Maybe it was just in the one directly above theirs. Maybe that's what it was.
Whoever named the camera where it was.
Simultaneously.
It's amazing what you can do with this magical doorway.
Contemplating Pharaoh.
Yeah, it's like all the Portal Room 34.
You guys can see the cats, which is far more interesting than me.
Well,
so.
As much as I'd like you all to stay for as long as you'd like, or I do, I believe there are more important matters for you to attend.
Yeah, it's fair. Gotta get back to Vasselheim. Tell them what a good job we done. Set the tone. These other two groups that are going to be bringing in, chuckle fucks compared to us. We gotta set the bar high for these losers. Asswipe.
Holy shit.
I'm just feeling like our territory is being infringed a little bit. Like have 2 other groups on call when we're standing in the room.
Kiss your
We're not all
I'm just saying. I didn't sleep very good last night. I was jealous.
Jealous of what?
I react to, animal primal sounds. I felt left out. I knocked. I got knocked out at one point. I don't even think they knew I was in there.
No, I was desperately grabbing for some sort of aid or help.
That makes sense.
But I grabbed too fiercely and knocked you out of the room.
I got poked in the eye. I wasn't sure with what.
Wow, what a wild.
Thank you for saving the day again, Anamori.
Well, let's just say I've taken note of our tally of favors.
All right.
Okay.
Just like one for me, though, right? Just one.
Oh yeah, or is it like a group bill?
Is it a group debt?
It's a group debt, but I mean, she's not.
And don't worry, we're just getting started. Ruinous, we'll be going back, so there'll be more where that came from.
Is something wrong with your eye?
Yeah, I told you I got fucking poked in the eye with an appendage of some kind.
Don't worry.
I'm in the system that can't
Roll
really
to
see.
recharge that. Try to recharge that staff.
And to see if you lived through the...
Yeah, that too. That might have just killed you.
No.
So roll for a thinking.
Everything is
Please. This is all I want.
It's
we're fine. And then
Cats are
so you. It makes me so happy.
Like
4 plus 3 expended charges. Okay, 1d4. That's the triangle, right?
It was like one side
Well, you
away.
just need to roll 1, so you would definitely
Who's got a
read.
triangle? Who got a caltrop for me?
There's no way you could fail it. It would get 4 back. Because it's 1d4 plus 3.
Morrigan, can you send us back in a
6 charges.
easy way?
There were only 4.
I have my ways, sweet beast boy.
wow.
But yes, and I can take care of that little pesky dilation of time that happened.
Thank you.
Of course.
Apparently we're under a bit of a crunch.
I'm gonna send a message to Fern. Do you think it makes sense to ask your Nana about nature ravens?
I don't think it would hurt.
I don't think it would like tip her off or anything, wouldn't get moved.
Just make sure to tell her, like, don't say anything.
Okay.
But, like, maybe she might have some insight.
Okay.
You know, because, like, since she's an enemy, maybe she'll have some
a
insight.
million things thinking in my head.
Maybe the frenemies.
Maybe they're frenemies.
Yeah.
Maybe we can bring them back together.
That'd be so good.
Be friends.
What are you?
Why are you guys thinking of each other?
We're just,
Order in the house.
I don't like being on the outside of that.
I'm sorry.
In the head nod. We watched that
I'm sorry. We
intense
just,
eye
we're
contact.
just, like, planning something.
Oh, great.
Well, actually,
In fact,
I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to offend you in your home. But, it has been mentioned that maybe we might want to check in with
shit all over the place.
the maternal ravens.
I'm the shit before this.
Right.
I just didn't know, like, do you guys have, like, a rivalry? Or do you know anything about her? Do you know, like, what kind of flowers she likes?
What?
Or, like, I don't know if I should bring her something.
flowers?
I don't know. Maybe she misses home.
I do know that she's kind of a fickle bitch.
Amina is a wonderful cat. She is amazing.
Zagas. Here comes
So,
Zagas.
spill the tea.
But,
She's bigly.
to be honest, I haven't had too many interactions with her in the past,
Beautiful.
oh, I've forgotten how many century. We're not on good terms. I'm more of a borrower of her, stealing without permission. She'd consider me a pest. I consider her overarching frustration. Let's just say we're not friends. But I'm sure she has her importance, and good days and bad days like any god.
What are your thoughts on the gods? Get rid of them, keep them, what do you think?
They don't really bother here me in my realm. They're, I could take him and leave him.
Yeah, because the Unseelie were like, no, we should not have gods here, we should be able to be free, do our own thing. Is that just like a Unseelie thing, or is that like a, you know, just a Fae thing, or personal threat?
There is some influence of the Moonweaver and the Archheart, especially in this realm, and I'm certain that there are a number of Fae who might feel the tether or shackle of various powers playing for influence here and there, but my manor is free of such meanderings, so I don't care. Excuse me, I need to
Critical role.
Face screams.
It's important.
Can I ask you a hypothetical? The Moonweaver, the Archheart granted magic to mortals and the Fae. If they get wiped out, it's not like the gift that was given will be taken away or disappear entirely, right? Do you think magic would remain in their absence?
The truth is, maybe it is just a hunch, but I believe the gift of magic was always there for the taking. The Archheart just kind of showed them the path. The ley lines were here before the gods ever arrived, as were aspects of the Fae. They just kind of claimed ownership to some of it. But, who knows?
I like a little mystery with my tea.
Can I have one of those rat tails?
Of course, dear.
Thank you.
That just cost you a favor. Wow. Right in the old mouth, huh?
They're quite good. You should try it.
I don't think I would.
It's like a beefy spaghetti.
Feels like a dare. I actually now need one. I got it. Yeah.
You're gonna
throws a finger in the bowl and it like refills with squiggling pieces of various creatures.
I'm gonna die in the next week. Yeah. Oh my god.
A little Elton John.
Behind you, you see Birdie's come down and has taken her like this beautiful like thatched apron that she's been cooking in for your breakfast that like has like growth and flowers out of the side. She takes it and sets down. I understand y'all are leaving real soon, and I just want before y'all head off into whatever wild adventures and dangers y'all are going to, I just want to make sure we had a chance to say goodbye.
It's good medicine, guys.
And you see Ollie comes down. Hi, thank you all so much for taking care of her.
Let's make coffee number 2.
I know in the past you've all had good hearts on you, friends old and new. I just want you all to keep her safe. She's a good one.
Every 2 weeks, one of these.
And if you're coming back from Exandria and we haven't had a chance to leave, if you could get some of those Marquesian pastries with the little dried berries in there. We don't get that here in the Fae Realm, and then kind of have both of us have kind of a hankering.
That's a crazy shit. There.
Yeah, sweet tooth, you'd say. I already didn't used to have them to wean out.
Pastries there.
Well,
food stuff.
Birthday's coming up, and I just want to treat him.
Get more attractive to the consumer.
We should bring us back some Tim Tams.
Basically.
Vegetable Starbucks.
Anyway,
that's what they put in there, but
I know you're off
because I enjoy it. I like it.
You're off to be your amazing self. And she kind of takes your hands and looks at you.
If I'm being poisoned.
Hood's kind of clomping over towards you. She pulls you in a little closer to look in your eyes.
Consciously and willingly.
When all this is said and done, I look forward to getting to know who you've become a little better.
Decades dealing with dealers.
To know you as well.
You learn to appreciate the poisons they give you.
Basically what you just said, and I just agree.
Especially
Yes, I mean, that's going to be
Nescafe.
That's all I can hope for. Can I?
Yes, I would love that.
And she takes you in for a big hug and kind of lifts you a bit.
So,
Just curls her fingers through her hair a little bit. And
somebody
takes
like
a
that
smile
for sure.
before
can play villain, can play
a bit and
hero,
and
everything in between, and make it believable. That's, I guess,
okay.
that's, I guess, his
Comes in,
amazing.
and you're bigger than him. You you kind of envelop your father.
The God complex.
Well,
Every dungeon master. And this is the best dungeon master
love you.
in the history of Dungeons and Dragons.
I love
Or
you
not.
both too.
Maybe Gary Gygax.
Be safe,
Gary
okay?
Gygax. Gary Gygax didn't have the
Y'all keep her safe.
emotional
Murray's gonna turn the inside out.
acting chops.
It's true.
Immerse yourself.
I will.
I think that Merson wouldn't.
Your plan is turned on as we all sacrifice ourselves. Because I don't
Practically
want to end up
Mulligan
as
a
a
second close, and that, he could theoretically
Orion's been sitting off on his own in
unseat
the corner,
that versus
not very
Dominion of
talkative,
Dungeons
but
and
paying
Dragons.
attention.
But
And he has the
he would still be the
Sorrowlord's
second best
blade
dungeon
lying
master.
on the floor in front of him. So he's been splitting his attention, listening, and just considering it. What does this blade look like?
It is a kind of black longsword with almost like a speckle of star metal in it. It looks fairly well balanced. It's almost a hand and a half like longsword. That's pretty well balanced.
Okay. It's good for the moment.
Identifies, do we?
I know. It's been a long rest.
It's been a long
rest. Does anybody have identified?
I might.
Worst case, we could just burn it.
A sword? Burn it?
In the best.
Yeah, a little beer bongage.
Yeah.
That's actually way better. Yeah.
Beer bongage? That's the new official title of it.
Look, Chenny's been in a few fraternities, all right?
Quintessence array.
The beer bong is now officially the code.
an arcane bong.
You can hold a magical item or creature up to it, or just load it full of kush.
Oh my god.
I'll buy that.
You're in the right realm for it.
Just
you
pour a health potion in there and
Yeah,
let it
she
roll.
does. I didn't realize it was the first one.
What?
You do have it?
Do you want this?
Well, what am I gonna do with it?
Do you want to leave it here with him?
Well, let me check it out.
I mean, it's her dad's. Her blood dad's.
I don't think this is for me.
Speaking
of dads,
if we come across other warriors that might be able to put it to good use, if it's some kind of powerful weapon,
not
it'd be
because of
shame to leave it
any one
behind.
particular reason. I just felt maybe he doesn't really
You identify
want me
it?
I'm
to.
gonna identify it.
Yeah.
You're gonna want to super
So,
ourselves up
it was
before we
weird.
go into this
Weird
fucking battle.
feeling.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I want to
Well,
call
this
him,
might come in
but
handy.
maybe
Pieces.
the wrong moment.
That is an option.
Plus, I'm gonna get rid of the other blade that he really wanted
Yeah, I'm good.
because
Talk to Dad.
This is fun looking, and it does make a fun noise.
Actually, we have the sword. We just don't have the dagger.
Cats are stony, man.
oh, that's right.
Yeah, you have the
Funny
sword.
cats.
It's not the dagger.
I gave the dagger, which would have been really useful.
The dagger was the tits.
Yeah, that was dumb.
Yep.
Well, we hadn't. It's fine. It's
It's
hold on.
Almost like it was made
Oh, that's
specifically
For our
for our needs.
So the blade is called Duskmoon.
Sometimes we assassinate NPCs. Sometimes we give away crucial weapons.
It is a +2 longsword
It's Donald Trump.
that
That's Emra.
as a bonus action, it
Donald
could
Trump's
be
one of the original babies
flayed
of
with
Ramirez.
black
She's
flames,
decided to abandon the family and go
do an additional
downstairs to
2d6 fire damage upon a strike.
the lower class cats.
In addition to this strike? Wow.
Weird.
So there's extra 2d6 fire damage.
Family. She's like Princess Di or something, you know?
It is considered a legendary fey weapon.
Weird.
As far as like it's been passed down from various Unseelie court members for quite some time. It also has the capability when it strikes someone to try and magically blind them. It does require attunement, yes.
It talks to you.
That's awesome, Matt. Why do you make such cool shit?
Cat's royalty depends a lot on
It's a longsword,
ability
so
to
it's
tolerate
strength based.
tenderness.
It's versatile, so you can use it one-handed or two-handed. Or you could devour it and see what kind of cool benefit is transferred from it to the bearer. Up to you.
Wait a minute.
Maybe with a black flame. This is passed down with your generous black and white.
So
But is it a legendary weapon? Is it a +2?
it is a +2.
Actually,
It also, instead of 2d6 fire damage, mine does 3d8 poison damage.
Okay.
I think can I wield
Could you wield it?
Sure you can.
Don't you have a kick-ass hammer?
I do.
Mine doesn't blow.
Think about your aesthetic, though.
But also, there's 2 other groups of people that we're going to be meeting that, a weapon like that might do a lot of damage in the hand.
Those people don't need.
You don't know? Have you met them?
I think we should,
I do feel like
consume its magical power.
there is someone in my
also
head
think
who I feel like would be
magical
really cool with it.
But yeah, if they don't need it, then you should totally.
Yeah, you should hit that.
We don't need to make this decision right now.
We don't. Let's just put it in the bag.
We do need to remember, though, because we can only use that harness one time per day, and we're collecting these high-powered magical items.
Yeah,
and you need to start
you're
using
right.
them.
You're right.
Yeah, we got good stuff in here.
Yeah, we should make a list and
let's
start sucking
Yeah, we should.
stuff.
Yeah, we got a list.
We should make a suck list.
Because we can only do one a day, and who knows how much time we got left.
Here's the sword. Let's not use that just yet.
Are you sure?
And we're
Well, I don't know.
sort of out
You
of
want
time
it? Because
right
we
now.
could just
I don't mean out of
powder
time.
it and throw it in you.
What's that multiple? I'm gonna write on.
Because then you would have. I mean, it's awesome. It's honestly, it's kind of cool. I don't know.
Cool.
And there's nothing wrong with not having any emotional attachment to it.
But I have an emotional attachment to things sometimes.
Well, maybe you want to powder it and put it in your soul. I don't know. How does that work? It just goes. You feed it into your spine.
What about Odahan's sword?
Yeah. What else we got?
What about
What's in our
Odahan's
suck
sword?
Are we
list?
gonna make our suck list?
Yeah, let's make a suck list.
Let's suck some shit up.
Somebody needs to suck that
Got
up.
the Harp of Valor. We got the Staff of Dark Odyssey. That's pretty useless.
No, we're not gonna.
We've got Ishta, the Summit Blade.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got this Demon Shell armor that I'm wearing, but kind of like it. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of
I
stuff.
got a
What's this
pearl
one
of
called?
power that I can't use anymore, Laudna. This was yours originally.
What does Odahan's sword do?
Ishta, the Summit Blade. This sleek saber-like blade carries an enchantment that capitalizes on disadvantaged combatants. You have a +3 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with this magic weapon. When you hit a creature that is prone, you deal an additional 2d6 force damage.
And it's a finesse weapon. It'd be great for Orem.
I don't think so. Really.
I'm just talking about burning it.
Weapon, legendary.
You can wield it. We've had this talk. I was in a different place. I'm much healthier now.
He's solid.
Very partial to
Yes,
the sword that my family gave me that a god blessed.
Yeah,
is
that's
now
true.
I mean, you say.
exalted.
That's true. This is pretty good.
But we have less than a week, right? So it's one a day?
Yeah.
We should be
let's burn
doing
it.
one a day.
Yeah.
Let's burn it.
I have a battering shield that I may not use again.
Cool.
And I mean, I don't know which way we organize it, but everybody could eat something.
Yeah, we should suck up the most high powerful ones first because there's a chance every day that it'll just break.
Do you have any items?
Oh no,
I have the
shit.
pearl.
I mean, I have my pipe, and I'm not gonna.
What's your dad's blade named?
Dusk hunger.
Cool.
I mean, I'll take.
You can't do
succulents.
You can do multiple in a day.
You can. It just
It's
risks.
risky.
I gave you my pipe, didn't I?
I do have your pipe.
You have my pipe.
Do you want it back?
Are you using it?
Is that the pipe from the fucking tree?
Because
Yes.
if you use it, then you should, like, here's the deal. We got to use it.
Well, it seems more like novelty, right? Does it do anything other than show you your most heroic moment?
Dust.
Does it need It also, you know, possibly chills you out.
I don't think it's in there.
We should do one right now.
Yeah,
We can make it. We can make it.
We should do
Yeah,
it.
do
We're
dagger,
not
do
forget,
dagger.
'cause we're so.
Wait, what dagger? We already.
Dagger.
I mean,
did the dagger.
Daggers in
We have
my
a heart. We have a
body.
summit
Sorry.
blade from Odahan. We have dust coming.
We should do
Summit
Odahan's blade.
blade.
Somebody should suck up that
that's why I was
blade.
saying the summit blade.
It's a +3. We're not going to use that.
Who's gonna use it?
Raise your hand.
No, he's got an exalted.
+3 exalted.
I have a +2, but I still like mine better.
Exactly. So let's burn it.
We don't want to give it to one of the other
Mine
groups
shoots
either.
vines and lets me heal up completely after combat, and I can grow back a severed arm or finger or pee-pee.
What? Oh, great.
So do I.
Separate armor.
That's what, yes,
You know,
yes.
what about that big brute that was at in Vasselheim? The guy with all the refined words and gentlemanly speak?
I'm sure he would do remarkably well with a cursed blade.
Yes, Sir Gregory. That guy was the tits.
Yes.
I don't know.
that
We'll
sword
have
in
to
his
give
hand.
him a fancy ass sword when it would make us more
No.
powerful.
Yeah.
If no one else is going to take it, I'll take it.
That dude is a legend. He's stacked.
Unless somebody
He
else,
doesn't need anything.
somebody's got to like
You're
make
right.
a decision and say yes or something.
Somebody's got to make a decision.
Some powers?
For the heart.
You want to eat a fucked up
Totally. That's just what I was thinking.
You know, eating a horse actually would prone and then be like,
It gives you advantage on performance checks. I don't know if that would carry over, but it seems like a thing that he could eat.
Eat the heart.
Eat the heart.
Eat the
I'm feeling it.
I formed under peer pressure immediately.
Put down this heart.
What's happening? Hold on.
What? Strapping you in. Too late.
What are we doing? I don't know what this is at all.
I love it.
quintessence array is going on your
I
body.
smooth your little sheer shirt under it so it still looks good.
Basically, we stole his vest. It will actually like powder a magic weapon and kind of just give you the power.
Yeah, I'm feeling. I trust you. I trust you completely.
These are real
Killed me. Like, I'm the only one who almost died so far. Everybody else has been fine.
I'm the only one everybody else.
Okay.
You're in a safe space. Nanamori would prefer you do it here than anywhere else.
All right.
I do like to watch.
Now, this is only very rare. You just hold it up against the
All
funnel.
right.
It's all very red.
I grab Laudna and I push her against the funnel.
I'm like your mom and Dylan. Shall we like just keep
You
going?
go far off, you see just see it around your chest. Alright, I got the harp. Oh, quintessence array! Please accept that which we offer.
Please
Yay.
accept that which we
funnel.
offer.
All right. So you are absorbing the
Oh,
valor.
Very rare.
All right.
Apparently getting hazed.
Okay, that's what it feels like.
Like just sticking it
You're
into
gonna
a
get
wood
real powerful.
Okay. So
Okay.
You're gonna be fine.
Harp of valor.
as they put you in this harness, this like strange vest-like harness, the glyphs on it begin to light up, and you kind of feel this like magical vibration throughout, like a haptic feedback vest. On the back of that, kind of the high collar of it, there is a glass cylinder that seems to emerge from behind. And while you can't directly look at it, you can feel light glowing and forming on you. This kind of faint whirring sound as kind of the sparks of arcane energy begin to shoot up your shoulders. And they take this massive harp and kind of hold it against the back of this funnel.
I'm definitely trying.
You're trying.
Let it happen. Let it happen.
You're gonna hurt yourself.
Okay, so I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay.
I feel like a dog has treatment.
Yes.
About 10 seconds in, you can hear the strings of the harp beginning to play
String to the heart.
with no fingers, just
No fingers.
strumming, and the tones get kind of
That's
distorted.
alright, the tones get
And eventually the rest of you watch as the
What
actual harp chords begin to
of you pump.
and then scatter to dust. Eventually, the actual harp begins to crumble into itself, and the
Humble
beautiful
sounds.
metallic exterior and the intricate carving and design of this piece begins to fall away into clusters of stone-like petrified wood and dust, until eventually, within a minute, it is gone. You permanently increase your maximum hit points by 5. Until your next long rest, you have advantage on our attack rolls, saving throws, and ability checks. Until your next long rest, so for the next day, advantage on pretty much everything you roll. And a permanent advantage on performance checks.
Performance check!
Advantage? Oh, God. Even if it only works for half of us.
That's clutch.
Yeah, the day before we head into the fray.
People and creatures can wield a permanent effect, but items are different.
Let's go find all of Matt's best NPCs and eat them.
See?
I'd like to see you.
Let's start with our groggery guy. Fucking in and get
the big. I was just the big. It's about Regina Bug. Just a montage of Belle's house wiping out the rest of Alexandria.
Why is she doing this?
Oh no. But the home is no more, and those benefits are yours to keep. You can eat another if you'd like. It would just be a 20% chance upon its completion that it knocks.
One a day.
Not till the last day.
Yeah. We've only got a couple things.
And then you just smorgasbord it.
Yep.
Yeah.
You good?
That's awesome.
To Vasselheim.
Nanamora just kind of sees this process and smiles, goes, "Got it."
Straight into my third eye, man.
This is said and done.
Performers
I'd love to take a look at
artists
that.
they are.
The Dorian or the harness?
Should I?
No. Let's wait.
No, we're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it.
When all this is said and done.
Yeah.
For a sacred name of that
Maybe put it in the collection.
performance.
It's just all of ours.
Yeah. Right here.
He just holds it. It's ours.
Right. So,
Gotta get the resin.
Dungeons and Dragons,
What do you say?
I know you never cleaned that.
blues. I guess you know who we're singing to.
Shall we be on your way?
Yes.
That would be wonderful. Yes, Luna.
He watches Ollie and Birdie kind of flank her from the sides. She stands up, like fully stands up now. Her hunched physique now goes to a full height, and her elongated neck kind of curls even taller, and she's 12 plus feet. Like, it's just this terrifying, if comfortably welcoming ally in this dark, nightmarish space. She extends her hands in front of her. Seems to almost like grasp something invisible in the air, and then puts her hands outward like she's unfolding a curtain that you can't see. And as she does, the center space of the room folds out with it like she's just pulling apart an invisible cloth boundary between this realm and Exandria. And on the other end, you can see kind of like a gray space that's formless. And she goes, "To Vasselheim, you say?"
She could have done that the first time we went back.
Didn't she?
No, she sent us to.
Yes, to Vasselheim.
Yes, to Vasselheim.
Memory, do you know how much time will have passed when we get back there?
The same time you've been gone, so the better part of a day.
Got it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mamie.
Of course, better than 100 years.
I go through.
I know. Next
I go through
time.
too.
Next time. Next time.
All right.
It's, as you're about to go through, she goes, "Wait." The gray space hasn't been clarified. And the minute you realize that, it suddenly the image of a chilled, snow-covered Vasselheim street appears before you, and you stop yourself. Now it's safe.
Where would you have ended up?
Don't want to know. Not now.
You all begin to rush through.
As I go, I'll just say, so I'll call you.
You know how to find me.
I do.
She just kind of cups you a little bit and lifts you about 2 inches off the ground before setting you back down.
Cups you.
Yeah.
Or you're a cow.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Well,
I want to try some role play. Can you neigh for me?
As you all,
Pretty adjacent.
one by one, step back into the streets of Vasselheim.
I give her a kiss before I go.
Okay. She kind of traces her finger on your shoulder.
Do one more. We're both competing to be the last
She kind of gives you a glance and says, "Be true to whatever whim calls you. That's all I can hope for a member of my family. Follow your impulse."
Okay. Follow my impulse, follow my impulse, follow my impulse.
We'll step back out into the cold streets of Vasselheim. A gentle snowfall still then drifts through. Time of day you're uncertain, but at least it is light out, though the sun is nowhere in sight, enclosed by the gray skies that commonly envelop the air above here. The city is crowded. People are going about their business, but there is kind of a still tense quiet amongst the populace, as you can see numerous troops of soldiers moving through the streets, themselves trying to grasp for a purchase and prep whatever supplies they can. Food, tools, whatever is available. You can see already the city of Vasselheim is filling up with many of the armed soldiers dedicated to the protection of the future of Exandria, whatever that might be. You can see numerous flags still flying up by where the Platinum Sanctuary is. In this day or so has transpired, it looks like much of the city's been busy gathering its forces. Many of them being gathered here, uncertain if this is the central location or but one of many. But as you kind of step out, some of these soldiers and other figures kind of take note of your arrival. Some just quizzically uncertain who you are, others a sight of recognition, their eyes wide in a nod as they move on with the rest of their business. A few other soldiers, you can see that kind of hardened look of, in some fear of what's to come, that glance of people who've trained for years but maybe never actually seen a true battle before, kind of wrestling with the concept of their own very possible mortality, their first time on a battlefield. Others that wear the scars and kind of weathered stare of hardened warriors who kind of, their sight catches you as you move past, and they with a quiet nod and a clenched jaw.
Audience.
Kind of a brotherhood of shared fate.
This show is about holding
unknowing concept of what may or may not come tomorrow.
A very unique perspective. Holy war.
But you return to Vasselheim.
Dig that. Understand that this
You go talk to your god again.
We're just going to find it. Death goddess.
Very strange.
Dusk Meadow.
I'm so excited.
Shall we?
Very truthful.
All right, let's do.
All right. So, your troop gathered, you begin to head towards the Dusk Meadow, the portion of Vasselheim that carries the heart and spirit of the worship of the Matron of Ravens, as well as a reverence for the passage of life to death and the safekeeping of those that have since passed. As you begin to wind through the city streets, you can see among the multiple walls that guard the inner and further inner sanctums of Vasselheim the number of soldiers that are walking and keeping watch has tripled since last you were here, and a number of the ballista stay vigilant and ready and armed for anything to possibly arrive to threaten what is such an important place historically and in these moments to come.
The Demon Lord.
The same kind of looks of acknowledgement as you pass by, word is going around of who you are and what you are to try and do. You also notice some of the ossuaries and crypt entrances that lead into the subterranean tunnels of the dead still remain heavily sealed and guarded. Whatever transpired in recent weeks that called them from their long rest, still not the most important focus, it seems.
Who do you pray to?
For the armed soldiers of the city.
What the fuck?
You wake up in the morning.
Just a bunch of zombies coming up from the ground. And side note,
I think that they alluded to the fact that when things went haywire, when the moon was pulled and all the ley lines were jumbled, that it.
Should we just go down and check real quick?
Just go side mission.
But you make a good point. The ley lines going haywire, like threw off magic, broke enchantments.
Magician.
Is there something that was keeping them down?
Maybe there was. I wrote it down. Keep going. I'm trying to remember what I wrote down.
You asked a good question
Understand the
Nana
importance
that I
of
wasn't
what's
thinking
going on.
about.
You guys understand the
Would our magic
historical
be taken away
and
if they were gone?
All magic comes from, I mean, what I have
real
doesn't come from
precedent
any god, what
of what's going
you
on.
have doesn't.
This has happened before.
Some things are just
It's not the
from
first
the
time
world.
that we've
Even the
dealt with
divine
high
magics.
magic.
I think it'd be weaker, but I don't know if they'll completely disappear.
It's uncharted territory.
Definitely
Best you can do is guess.
part of what we've done as a species, consciously.
Yeah, it said the Dark Bloom. An undead uprising that occurred during the solstice.
Your handwriting is unreasonably legible.
Really?
Monkey.
Yeah, I can read that.
It's like a font. It's really
I
frustrating.
look at my shit and it's crack proof.
Well, it depends on the moment.
Can't decipher it.
Ain't nothing cracked proof.
Ravenscrest has been busy with second funeral rites. I wrote that down for some reason.
Second funeral.
Yeah.
As we get closer to the Dusk Meadow, can Orem and I keep an eye out for, like, anyone that looks like guards of Vasselheim or soldiers of the Dawn Marshals? Just anybody that would be watching for our return? Because I think once we're back, they would probably want to ask us something before we go. You know, seek these answers.
Sure, yeah. I mean, you don't have to roll for it. Like, as you're heading through the Dusk Meadow, there you see a number of bastions of Vasselheim that, you know, their uniform is patchwork at best, but there are like medals and icons that signify them amongst their armaments as being the protectors of the city. The first ones that you see don't seem to recognize you, or at least might not have been present for your meeting there on site. But they do kind of note you being armed figures, kind of looking at them. And one of them you see is an older woman, probably in her 50s or so, darker brown, cracked skin, eyes that are stoic and intense. Her kind of salt and pepper hair is pulled back into a very, very tight braid that's been circled around itself multiple times and then kind of fits off the side in the kind of like a two falls. She has a helmet under one arm and keeps what looks to be a heavy broadsword sheathed at the other hand, and she wears a scale armor. She's an older, tough lady who kind of approaches as you kind of eye her in the distance. Can I help you?
Oh, yes, thank you. Sorry, it's been several hundred years since I've been to this part of Vasselheim. Could you just point the way to the Dusk Meadow? We seek the patron of Raven's Temple.
You stand in the Dusk Meadow.
Oh, see? Told you.
You're so good. Instinct.
Do you require rights upon a fallen family member, or?
Oh.
No, we just need to talk to her.
Unless
you're looking to
one of her
matron.
One of her flock, yes. Not the actual matron.
You'd want to go to the Raven's Crest, and she points over, and you can see past like, all the snow-dusted rooftops, this kind of cold, dusty sector of the city, with a number of like ramshackle homesteads that scatter around, with sections of ruins that seem to be maintained, whether it be a memorial to past historical tragedies or conflict that have happened within the city's walls, left crumbled, as a reminder. You see kind of up towards the center of this like slow crawling hill that this entire sector is built on, there is a massive looming structure. You've eyed it before when you first walked through the city at night, but all you can see was like the rising shadow of this monolithic structure. What you see now in the kind of diffused mid-daylight in Vasselheim is an elevated cathedral-like structure of obsidian and gold. The ominous steeples that rise up in the dark archways that seem to climb and stretch to kind of outfit the exterior of this beautiful, if also harrowing, ominous structure. Even with as bright as the day is, it still seems to hold on to the shadows around it and feel like any other structure would in the darkest of night. Even the snowfall seems to kind of drift off of its extremely peaked, steepled rooftops and remains untouched.
Inside of
I should give everything a
That would be where you find what you're searching for.
Thank you very much. Your kindness is much appreciated.
Of course. Stay safe out there. The days to come around here look to be dense.
Interesting. Dense. Yeah. Yes.
Precious.
And she rushes off to tend to a family off to the side that look are calling for her attention. You all look back at the Raven's Crest, this eerie to the matron of ravens, and kind of glancing up in the silent stillness of the midday cold atmosphere. At that moment you see the flock of ravens kind of take off and caw into the air.
Seems a little on the nose.
How does she always time it? You know what I mean? Like, how does she know we're looking in that spot right when she sends someone on a fly?
Second AD.
Well, let's just keep walking towards the metaphor.
Continue to snake through the surrounding neighborhoods until eventually you come to a tall set of wide stairs that climb up towards what looks to be the entryway of the Raven's Crest itself. The kind of dark stone stepway climbs for at least 50 to 100 stairs, somewhere in that neighborhood. Eventually ending at two large 8x12 glass doors that are opaque. You can see the sheen on them, but they almost seem to be as dark as the surrounding obsidian. You can just barely make out what looks to be some little blinks of light within, but it's obscured. As you approach, the doors kind of open inward.
This place makes the temple we visited in Whitestone look like an outhouse in comparison.
Wait, what temple?
We went.
Visited the temple in Whitestone.
Yeah.
Wasn't like this, though. This one got all
Wild
the
time.
funding.
If that was any indication of what she can do, this might be fun.
We all going in?
Yeah.
Before we walk in, just a glance back. The soldier that we talked to, still at her post, still just keeping an eye, or looking our way, or has left?
Oh, she's left and is currently dealing with business of another family a little further in the neighborhood. She's not even in ice shop from where you are right now. You've walked much further into the Dusk Meadow to get here.
Should any of us stay outside just in case we need to delay anyone that might interrupt?
Why would anyone interrupt? It's a house of worship.
Yeah.
I get the feeling we're going to be just fine.
Plus, the arch heart, it was like a blink of an eye that passed after we talked to them.
And those three spooky ladies gave us their blessing. So you can just, mention we're here for the three spooky ladies.
Sure. Okay.
It's a good point, though. Every time I've engaged with the god, it always seemed like they were initiating, like they had the upper hand and they had a plan for us. Is this just a chit-chat, or are we here to get some information? I want to know my role to play, I want to know what we're out to do.
Right.
Feels like we're out to confirm if what the Archard said was true.
Yeah, the gods don't talk to everyone, but lately it feels like they're talking a lot because of the circumstances, and it seems like maybe she'd even be expecting us with the way things rolled with the Archard.
Yeah, maybe the Archard and her had a little chitty chat before we came, and now she's expecting us.
And if the Archard gave us the what, maybe she could help with the how? Any information on how to try and control Predathos? Because now we don't know anything about this idea.
Maybe about the confines, what it's made of, the material she mentioned that was the same as the divine gate.
When Predathos, that was before her time.
Yeah, but she's got to have like access to the file folders and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No.
Plus, since she was one of the mortals who ascended, maybe she can give us some pointers on,
And why her champion is now in a little...
Yeah, she knows about that. Also, just off the top, we should probably tread gently, just in case the one where the Archarch was mentioning is not the matron. Just in case. I think we're pretty sure, right?
I mean, I don't know. He looked at Laudner, right?
That is a very big assumption, though.
Well, I mean...
If we're wrong, we're dead, but it's no big deal.
Wait, why would we be dead?
You mean when we ask a god if they're planning to wipe out their kin? And we're interested in maybe helping facilitate that?
That's not what's happening at all.
It's not?
He's asking her what's up.
Saying we want to help and seeing how she wants us to help.
And let's just be clever and not we don't commune and talk. We just don't talk about the one god.
So definitely more of a chit chat.
And I am going to stop you guys for a minute. I'm going to stop this recording and, well, actually, no. This is the end of the show for today. I appreciate you guys coming and seeing the show. I'm going to watch it alone now. I'm going to watch the rest of the show alone. You don't need to know what I learned from them. And yeah, thanks for watching, and like and subscribe. And I don't believe the YouTube algorithms are ever going to allow me to do anything even remotely close to being successful on YouTube, because they're way too... ¡Eh! ¡Buenos días! ¡Ah! ¡Buenos días! ¿Eh? ¿Cómo estás? Pacheco. Cuidado. What was it? Gracias. What was it? Anyways, thanks for coming. Like and subscribe, and we see you guys later. Bye-bye.